everyone, this week's video is focusing on balance exercises that you can do at home. Now, our balance is impacted by our visual system, our visual cues from our eyes, as well as our vestibular system, so our inner ear, sensory feedback from our joints, and our musculoskeletal system. So all of the work that you're doing at the gym already is fantastic for strengthening all of our different major muscle groups and smaller muscle groups that stabilize our body and keep us upright. But it's also good to practice balance exercises to test those different systems. So our feedback we receive from our eyes and our inner ear, just at home every now and again, to keep us in check with our different movements so that we can maintain living actively and independently and decrease our falls risk as much as possible. So I will just start by saying definitely make sure that you check with your doctor before you start exercising at home, especially if you have vertigo, have inner ear infections regularly. Meniere's disease is a good one to point out as well, or if you have any chronic dizziness or are on medication that can affect your stability. So don't dive straight into the tough ones. Just start with the easier ones and then check with your doctor if you want to really start testing your balance at home. So starting off, I'd like to give you exercises that you can do incidentally. So things that you do every day and can just throw in a little bit more of a challenge with a balance exercise. So a really good one I like to do is to stand on one leg while brushing your teeth. Try, if you're brushing your teeth for 2 minutes, to stand on one leg for 30 seconds and alternate every 30 seconds for each leg. Also, make sure you're standing near the bathroom bench just so you can hold on in case you are losing your balance with the single leg stand. Another one that I also like to recommend is while the kettle is boiling, you can do a box step. So whether the kettle's boiling or the microwave's on for a couple of minutes, you can do a box step, just walking in a little square pattern, sidestepping for the duration of the time that the kettle's boiling or the microwave is on. Another movement that you can do during this time that the microwave is on, or if the kettle is boiling, you can do a wide step out in front, so 1 foot in front of the other, then stepping a little bit more narrowly. So wide step in front, narrow step back. And then you can mix this up by doing a little narrow step out in front and then a wide step to step back. While you're waiting at the bus or waiting for a train, you can also attempt just to stand on a narrow little platform, so pretending that you're standing on a little square and maintaining that balance. Or you can also maintain a split stand, so 1 foot in front of the other, and see if you can hold that for 30 seconds. Getting a little bit more complex now, you can bring in movements at home. So these are ones that you don't necessarily have to be doing while the kettle's boiling or microwave is on. And you can do opposite arm and leg reaches. So opposite arm and leg reach, lower them back down, and then opposite arm and leg reach. And see if you can keep this up for 30 seconds. So it's just a march on the spot with the opposite arm moving up and down as the knee raises and lowers. Now going ahead from here, there are some more complex movements that I will suggest, but I would suggest having a little table nearby so that you can just have something to hold on to in case you lose your balance. Now this one is testing our visual cues that we receive. So what you'll do is bring your right knee up. So you bring your right knee up to a tabletop position, holding onto a table with your left hand. And then with your right arm, reach your arm out in front. Now level 1 is just reaching the arm from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock back behind you, then back to 3 o'clock, then back to 12 o'clock. Now if you want more of a challenge with this one, let your gaze follow your fingertips. So looking to 3 o'clock, then looking back to 6 o'clock, back to 3 o'clock, and back to 12 o'clock. So repeating that twice per side, and then you can switch the side that your chair is on or your little balance device is on, and then switch to the other side. So it'll be the left knee that you're raising and left arm out in front to 12 o'clock, then to 3 o'clock, then to 6 o'clock, back to 3 o'clock, and back to 12 o'clock. So only do these exercises if you definitely have something to hold on to and you're not going to lose your balance while doing it. So definitely have something that you can catch yourself with. From here now, I will show you a movement that is a little more advanced, and it's one that you could show to your grandkids if it's a little too advanced for you. So I will show you with either cones if you have cones at home, but you can also easily do this movement with a couple of plastic cups that easily come away from each other. Some of you may have this in your gym program at the moment as well. Now this is quite a tough one, so definitely only attempting if you definitely feel stable and you have soft surfaces around you. Now the tough part with this one is standing on one leg, so the other leg comes off the ground, and you'll see I'm now going to reach down, take one cone off the pile, placing it over about 10 to 20 centimeters away from the other one. Remember, you can put that other leg down at any time if you need to. So come on up, then gently reach to place that cone back down. So you are going to go through the whole pile on one side. So we'll go all the way to the end of that pile and then we'll switch legs and placing the cones back the other way. And more than likely, you will find one side is a heck of a lot harder than the other. So I find it quite hard to balance on my right leg because I'm very left dominant. So this is a really good one that you can do at home every now and again, just to mix up your balance program. So let me know if you've got any questions. I will have more balance exercises most likely coming in a few weeks, but these are a good few ones to start with just to test your balance out and throw a little bit more incidental balance work into your daily little routine. Thank you all and have a lovely weekend. Surprise! There's one more movement that I'd like you to practice at home if you've got stairs, or you can do it anywhere out and about, even in your Billy shopping centre. Any stairs you find, this is a great one to try. It's called sneaky stairs, and all you've got to do is simply walk up the stairs as quietly as possible, trying to do one stair at a time if you can. Now I'll try and be as quiet as possible. And really try and creep up the stairs so that you're using your hip stabilizers as much as possible. Great one to try. You can do it going up and down the stairs anytime you hit a flat of stairs. Thanks everyone.